Hi Sagittarius, this is your horoscope for 2019. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Now, the year starts with eclipse season, and whenever an eclipse occurs, the effects can be felt for 6 months afterwards. So I'm going to look at this year for you and see what kind of a year you've got coming towards you, and if it's a good year or a bad year, pretty much. So first of all, on the 6th of January, we have a solar eclipse in Capricorn, and that happens in your second house of money. Oh my goodness. So you have Mercury, Saturn, you're transiting midheaven, the Sun, the Moon, and Pluto, all sitting in Capricorn in your second house of money, pulling energy in. And it's interrupted. It lasts for 6 months. The second house is money. Capricorn is work. So Sagittarius, out of all of the signs of the zodiac, you have been blessed with the most ability to work at something that's actually going to result in you profiting from it. So you're the sign that through your work for the first 6 months of 2019 is going to be able to make a mint through your work. So work-wise, things look absolutely fabulous for you for the first 6 months with this eclipse. The next one is a total lunar eclipse and a supermoon, so it means it's 5 to 15% bigger than a regular moon. And that's in Leo and happens on the 21st of January, and that takes place in your 9th house of travel, education, expansion, and growth. So you'll really feel comfortable having fun, traveling, being in the spotlight, being a leader. It can be conflicting because you've really got a good work ethic. It would be a shame to just go on holiday and traipse around and do nothing with it. Find something fun to work on because it can create a huge amount of financial success for you, but also you can build something that's there for the future. So you've got these 6 months here to figure out what your passion is, and it's out there somewhere. I don't think you've got it quite yet because the 9th house is about looking. So I think it's about looking in the world and seeing what's available to you and what really gives you a kick, and then pursuing that. So those are the first 6 months of the year. You're going to be influenced by this energy. I'm only looking at the big things here for this yearly report, okay? So on the 19th of February, we've got a supermoon in Virgo, and that happens in your 10th house of career, and that is fabulous news because the full moon is a supermoon. It's bigger, it affects you much more strongly, and it's in your 10th house of career, Sagittarius. So Virgo is like a sponge. It absorbs information. It absorbs information about your career. So now with this supermoon in Virgo, you're really going to know, or you're going to get a boost, a bit of a lift in getting you closer to creating what it is you want to create. If you haven't figured it out in January, you'll figure it out by March at the latest, or February. No, February at the latest. Moving into March, on the 6th of March, we have Uranus, the planet of rebellion and eccentricity, going into Taurus. Now, it's in Taurus at the moment in 2018. It'll retrograde into Aries at the end of this year, and it retrogrades until the 6th of March when it goes direct in your chart, Sagittarius, in your 6th house of work, daily routine, and your physical health in Taurus, and Mars is sitting next to that. So this is a really good time to find work much easier and to really just have much more energy, and things that seemed like insurmountable problems now fall away and you can just do things easily like that. So you're most empowered from March onwards, and that Uranus sits there for years. So whatever comes in future, you're going to be able to take it calmly and coolly, and you're going to be collected. You'll look at it and you don't immediately have to react because you've mastered that. Also with that Uranus in Taurus, it will bring technological and financial change, and in 2020 something big is going to happen in that sense. On the 20th of March, we've got another supermoon. So these are the big moons that really affect us. 20th of March, supermoon in Libra in your 11th. So this is a great time to pick up old hopes and dreams that you've given up on, to connect with spirit and to say, do you know what, I do still have that little girl, little boy inside me. I'm gonna pick her up and cradle her and make his or her dreams come true. And Sagittarius, I really want you to take care of yourself in 2019, not because you're in danger, but because it's hard. You're conflicted. Do I make money, and do I care about family, or do I love, or do I make my friendships better, or what am I supposed to do, for goodness sake? And Jupiter, the lucky planet, is at 23 degrees in Sag, and it says, just go be free, and you'll experience all these wonderful things. And I'm telling you, try and capture that sense of freedom and put it into some sort of working format so that you get something out of it. Because if anything, we all want to feel a sense of freedom and joy. And you're able to provide that in some way. See, the ambulance agrees with me. In April, everything is geared towards romance. So in April, you're really gonna want to be in love. That's the main focus. If you're single, great time to date. Mars is in the 7th, so it's a great time to meet someone out of the blue, the unexpected and miraculous. If you're in a relationship already, you can assert yourself in that relationship better. If you aren't top dog, you can assert yourself more and really stand your ground. And you can also create a more balanced relationship if you are in a relationship. If you're not interested in relationships at all, it's a great time again to do something independently, to go on an adventure, to travel, to discover something that gives you a thrill and a kick. May is much more about work again, and about making money and about adding value to the world. So that's a very clear month where you're not confused. June sees Jupiter, the lucky planet, which is in your sign of Sagittarius. So this ought to be one of the luckiest years of your life. Okay? I'm not joking, seriously. Jupiter returns to Sagittarius a handful of times in your life because it stays in each sign for a year. It takes 12 years for it to go around. And for Jupiter to be in your sign of Sagittarius, that happens 5 or 6 times in your life. So this is 2019, don't just bum around. This is a year for you to realize and achieve your life goals and hopes and dreams. Now Jupiter is in your 1st, it squares Neptune in your 4th. So through a spiritual connection, you will be guided in terms of what the family and what the emotional anchor that you need is going to be. Because I'm seeing that you have a hole in the soul that you're trying to fill through work and money and helping other people. The hole in the soul is going to be filled through having a connection with a higher power, which you can achieve through a meditation practice, and you have to try different techniques. I do transcendental meditation, try mindfulness, try Zen meditation, Buddhist meditation, whatever works for you and gets you connected, because that will manifest whatever it is you want family-wise. If you want to be a confirmed bachelor, if you want to have a husband and children, if you want 5 children, this is the time for Sagittarius to really make a decision about what do I care about, what makes me happy, and what kind of people do I want in my life. And you're not usually that critical. You give people a pass, you let everyone into your life. But that's not happening in June because you really want to give birth to one of your dreams. That Jupiter-Neptune square happens a couple of times in 2019 and happens in January, in June, in September and December. So those are the time where you're able to give birth to a new concept that'll take you forward in life. You ought to be totally independent here. July sees the 2nd solar eclipse season coming up, and on the 2nd of July we've got a total solar eclipse in Cancer, and it's in your 8th house. and it's interrupted, so it lasts for the next 6 months, and that's really negative because it says, I want to help other people in a working environment. And you put yourself last again. Please put yourself first this year. Let's look at the second eclipse. This is a partial lunar eclipse, and this is also going to last for 6 months, and this is on the 16th. Let's see what that adds to the other eclipse. Yeah, this is a moon in Capricorn at 18 degrees, sitting between Saturn and Pluto in your second house of money. So, this isn't an easy month for you, Sagittarius, an easy year for you, despite it being good luck. Because, I'm screaming, because the way to unlock the treasure of this year of 2019, you've got to have some sort of spiritual connection in place. That is the key to unlocking everything. That will allow you to make money in a way where you care about people, the higher power tells you what to do, so you can actually help them and make money off it, not make a ton of money, then feel bad because you sold them some crappy product, and then in June, July, have an epiphany, turn around and say, I actually want to help people now. Start helping people in January and work at something that's of service to other people and that you're proud of. And ask the universe what that is and ask for its help. So, yeah. Rather than giving up and putting yourself last, put yourself first, put yourself in touch with a higher power at least, because that's going to give you a much healthier outlook to this year, and it's going to inspire you to take action. Big keyword to avoid is being passive and procrastinating for you, Sag, in 2019. Those are no-nos, big no-nos. August is fab for you in terms of traveling. You should travel in August. You'll have so much fun. September, we've got the Jupiter-Neptune square again. So, what is it that I want to be doing? How can I be creative? But you also have the Sun, Mars, and you're transiting midheaven in Virgo in your 10th, and you have transiting Venus and Mercury in Libra in your 11th. So this time in September is another great time to combine what I love with what I do for work. So that, for a lot of Sagittarians who are in that space, I've got a job but I don't love it, I want to find a job that I do love. This is your year to really combine the two and to find freedom in work. But only if you don't get distracted by romantic relationships and if you pour all your energy into that, because then you're wasting your energy and you're not going to build this new thing. October, most things happening are in your 11th, 12th, 1st and 2nd house. So friendships, connection with a higher power, prayer, self-actualization, self-realization, taking responsibility and working towards making money. That's what October ought to be all about. If you decide to work in 2019, Sagittarius, you are going to make a ton of money. Out of all of the signs, you're going to be most blessed in terms of what you get back. Now in November, on the 11th, we have Mercury transiting across the Sun, and it moves in front of the Sun so we can actually see it, and the next time that's going to happen is in 2039, so that's pretty special. So Mercury is closer to us than it ever is, and it's in Scorpio in your 12th house. So Mercury in Scorpio goes really deep. It gets to the truth of the thing, and the 12th house is the end. It's the spiritual truth of who you are. So you really get to know yourself here at the end of the year. And hopefully you've done work which is of service to other people, because that's who you discover yourself to be. Someone who loves life, who is inspired, who teaches, who learns, and who wants to leave behind a positive legacy. So I'm giving you a spoiler alert, because in Sagittarius you will have that realization in November, but I'm telling it to you now so you can work with it from January onwards and then really have that epiphany at the end of the year. In December, Jupiter and Neptune, they square each other again, but now Jupiter's in your second house. So now the money is, the business or whatever it is you've changed is really established and it's flowing in. And now is the time, 2020 is the time to start looking for a relationship, because now you've established yourself financially and you're vibrating at a different frequency. Again, if you're a Sagittarius who's been in a relationship, this is about becoming yourself again and remembering that you're your own person. I'm not saying that everyone who's in a couple loses themselves in that relationship, but it can happen. It can happen, right? Brangelina, you know, they become one unit. It can happen. So don't let that happen. Focus on work, and you're going to have one of the best years in your life when it comes to work. And that's why it's a little bit complicated, because the ego doesn't want you to succeed. So keep it very simple, focus on work. You're going to have one of the best years of your life when it comes to the coin. Cha-ching. So I hope that gives you an idea of 2019. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my personal readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. The astrology chart gives me a blueprint of your soul. It shows me what your life purpose is, where you've been in past lifetimes, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in personal progress, money, career, communication, family, love, moving, spiritual progress. I can answer any of your questions. I can look at compatibility. So if you have any questions at all, astrocartography, then please order your reading with me on the website. If you like my videos, then please subscribe to this channel and share the videos. I do daily tarot readings, weekly horoscopes for all signs of the zodiac, monthly horoscopes, and these horoscopes for the year. So check out some of those other videos. Please subscribe and share. Have a wonderful year, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon.